in a weird way, I think the takeaway there is I found a way to make my new form of exercise socially rewarding as well. And then I would say the most fun part of it, two things really, which all tie into this. One was once I started to work with a guy like Sam Gibbs and started to understand this connection between your eyesight and your brain and healing, I got really excited about doing things that worked on my hand eye. I got really excited about doing things that I just call like these neurologically challenging exercises. Things like standing on one leg and bouncing a ball against the wall, or things like getting my non-dominant hand and bouncing a ball against the wall. And so then I just started incorporating that into my day as much as possible. And that is still to this day now a huge part of my workouts. So like one of my weightlifting circuits, I will put hundreds of pounds on a push sled and I will push that, I will pull it, I will jump rope, I will do all this kind of stuff that's very intense. And then in the midst of it, I'll stand on a balance board and hold a squash racket and try to like get as many as I can with my non-dominant hand. So a lot of my workouts have me doing things that now really fatigue me from a cardiovascular standpoint and a muscular standpoint. And then I try to juxtapose it with a significant neurological challenge.
Yeah.
I just love that. And that's something that I sort of pulled out of my post-concussion, days of really trying to challenge my mind to think and to act in new ways. So I did a lot of non-dominant stuff, a lot of balance stuff, a lot of hand-eye stuff. And then I just got to the spot where that was taxing post-concussion. And then I got to the spot where I was like, holy crap, I really like this and I find significant value in this. And I've just never let it go. So now that's just part of my training. And now what I try to do is almost artificially create fatigue or manually, voluntarily create fatigue because I don't have that brain fatigue that I did because my brain's healed from the concussion. So now what I do is I'll just take myself to complete exhaustion on the weights. And then I have to go do this neurological test as a way to almost challenge my mind. So I'm like voluntarily doing to myself in a weird way what I couldn't otherwise do, but was trying to like navigate my way through.
Man, that's so cool. I love that. That's a lot of my specialty in practice was, and maybe part of the reason why me and Sam got along so well is my interest in functional neurology and how we can, challenge the vestibular system, how we can challenge all of these things that you're describing. I would usually even just have patients start brushing their teeth with their with their non-dominant hand, let's say, as a way, or we had these pencil push-ups. What you're talking about is really, really awesome because now you're integrating body work, which of course we know has a positive impact on the brain. There's, growth factors and VEGF and BDNF and all the things. There's myokines that we know that are released from, particularly when a muscle's contracting. So that can be on a bike, it can be in the weight room. That's going to bring down inflammation and total inflammation and inflammaging, really, which is sort of a portmanteau with aging and inflammation together. So that's really exciting. So we have the physical aspect of it, but then there's the neurological challenge as well. So the eyes are just really an extension of the brain. So we can really assess parasympathetic and sympathetic function, even through just an exam that I'm sure Sam has taken you through many times. Like, is there a head tilt? How, what's the torque look like? All of these different, like reducing torque and reducing, we'll say, tensegrity in the spine or, in the fascia lines, all of those different things are really, really exciting for improving afference up to the brain anyway, like the information that comes up to the brain, at least through the joints and the fascia. So I digress.
No, I love it. You're totally right. I mean, once you start getting exposed to this stuff, I wouldn't have thought, here's again, another set of roses born from the ashes, right? It's another good thing, another great thing.
Yeah.
I said
they would have otherwise not have been available.
But I wouldn't have otherwise. I just didn't think about this stuff. I would have done what my coach told me or I would have trained, but I always just had this focus on sort of intensity.